Good afternoon, everyone. This is Yankee Rider, and I just wanted to welcome you to a video of the unboxing of the Glycine Airman #1. Today, for Wishwatch Check, I am wearing the Seiko 5 SNK 809, the Flieger, with a green NATO from CountyCom. And I'd like to spend a little bit of time talking about this watch. So this watch is the Glycine Airman #1, which is a replication of the first generation of the Airman watch by Glycine, which was come up with in 1953 by the executive who was traveling with a pilot who discussed some of the features he would like in an ideal watch. And the resulting watch had a few innovative features, including a locking bezel with a 24-hour scale and a 24-hour inner dial, so the watch actually only makes a 360-degree revolution every 24 hours instead of 12 hours, allowing for easy tracking of 2 time zones. And an additional feature was synchronization to radio signals. So there's a radio signal for pilots that broadcasts the time at 12 noon GMT time. So in order to enable this feature without having a proper Swiss hacking or modern style hacking where the gear is interrupted, they had a little hairspring that would pop up into the watch when you pulled the crown all the way out, and it would stop the second hand at 12. So I will go ahead and open this watch. This watch was shipped to me by Saltzman's Watches. It lists for around $2,600, and they offer a decent discount on their Glycine models, so I paid around $1,900 for the watch. And get all this out of the way. Alright, so some of the papers and a catalog, it looks like. I don't know, maybe it's a book. Yeah, it's a book on the history of the Airman, looks like. Yeah, a little book on the history of the Airman. Pretty nice to have that included. A bunch of old models. Alright, and now to the best part. Here's the packaging. So, pretty conservative packaging, all things considered. Very small little, like large sunglasses sized case. And it pops open. Let's see. Unfold. Oh, and it comes and looks like a, oh wow, a really nice little wooden presentation box with a Glycine microfiber towel, and looks like the shape of an airmail envelope. And here's the watch itself. Little leather watch cover, I guess. Here's the reference number. This is the Purist model. There are 2 different versions of most of the Airman watches. So this version is not a 4-hander, it's a 3-hander. And it has that once every 24-hour revolution. Instead of, they make a GMT version that has a 12-hour revolution similar to most 2893 base GMTs. So here's the watch. 36 millimeters nominal diameter. Crown excluded. 2 crowns, one at 4 o'clock that untwists to allow free motion of the crown bidirectionally, and then the crown can be relocked to allow for tracking of another time zone. The long tail on the hour hand, let's see if I can get really close. There we go. The long tail on the hour hand points to the 12-hour equivalent of whatever time it is currently. So in this case, it'd be pointing to 10 o'clock on the outside dial, which is a nice feature. Comes on a brown leather strap. Probably taking it off of this strap. I'm not a big leather person. but it's a nice dressy looking strap with a signed buckle. Seems decent enough quality, fairly pliable, not certainly nothing too amazing, but let's give the watch a quick inspection. Looks like there's another sticker on the crystal. The crystal is acrylic. There we go. Crystal is acrylic, Hesselite crystal, which is nice. It gives it the original warmth. This is pretty much the exact dimensions of the original piece, which gives it a very nice, respectable wrist presence that's not overpowering. It's got a pretty smooth second-hand sweep. I apologize for the lighting. The lighting is pretty dim in here. I'm in a hotel room. So it's got a 20mm lug width, which for the case size is pretty wide. Gives it a pretty aggressive lug stance and a lot of gap in the between the buckle and the case. But I'll be wearing this mostly on a NATO, so that won't be an issue. The finish quality seems to be pretty good. It's a fully polished case, so gives it a nice simple aesthetic, very vintage looking. The back has a pretty conservative case back, looks to be screwed. Nice coin edging on the bezel. Pretty decent dome. Nothing too exciting for a dome. It's certainly not a high dome compared to some of the vintage watches I have, but it's got a respectable dome size. A lot of people won't like the acrylic crystal on this watch, but I think that lends it a nice vintage feel to it, and I don't mind polishing my crystals and having them replaced occasionally. It does give the watch a 10 ATM water resistance. I think some of their other models have a full 200 ATM water resistance, but that's fine. I won't be dabbing this watch anyway. So this watch has a lot of history with the organization I'm involved with. I'm in the Air Force, and this was a very favored watch among U.S. military pilots in Vietnam. Certainly gave the Rolex a run for its money in the military aviation sector, even though the GMT Master was the king of the civilian aviation sector of the time. But I do like it kept the serif font on the let me see if I can move the hour hands. There we go. Kept the serif font on the Glycine logo, which gives it an excellent, very, very old-fashioned look. The date is cut out to obstruct the 6 o'clock time and is in a white background with red print. I'm not normally a fan of when dates and or subdials cover up indices. I'd rather they just delete the partial indice instead of trying to look like it just got cut out. But I think it looks alright. I don't mind that it's white and red. When it's a black date on a black dial, sometimes for me it's kind of hard to read, so this will be better in low light for sure. But I like it overall. I think it's very well constructed, nice quality. I love the presentation. I'd rather not get how the Speedmasters come with a watch you could put your watch box you could put your shoes in. I'd rather they spend the money on the watch and just give me this nice simple wooden display case that I can store it in safely, and easier to store if I'm going to be keeping a bunch of watches. I don't want to have 60 Omega boxes that are enormous. So thanks guys, my first video, so I hope you liked it. One thing I will note is that it is a non-locking crown, so you can hand wind it directly. The movement, I should talk about the movement. The movement that this watch uses is derived, I believe, from the ETA series of, I think, 2893s, but I'm not 100% positive on that. I'll probably put that in the video description. But yeah, thank you for watching. First video, so bear with the video quality. I'm sure the editing will be terrible. I left my tripod base plate at home, so I have tied the camera to the tripod. So definitely a little bit of a MacGyver video, but a lot of you guys are asking about this watch, so I want to make a video, and I'll probably post some more videos if you all are interested, and give some updates and talk about some other watches. So thanks very much. Have a great day. Bye.